Good evening. Good evening, viewers. Can everyone hear me? Are we live and dangerous? Okay, first of all, can everyone... Mark Oleg, nice to hear from you. Can you hear me? Sound, vision, all this? Don't you wonder sometimes? Sound and vision. Hello from Florida. Okay, let's see. Bernard Purcell, hi all. Back to Stupid Borisland, Super 23, Lieutenant Columbo's Glass Eye. Welcome back to Dear Old Blighty. Stuart Marsden. Let's see. Okay. Carl Timpany, Mark McCormick, Mark Oleg. Good evening, Mark. Nice to hear from you. Cyril Denham, Oliver Stoller. I need to hear that squeaky door. Dutch Farang getting the Cronenbergs ready. Did someone first of all tell me, is the sound and vision any good? Let's see. Anyone, is the sound and vision good? A few technical issues with this thing, as normal. Okay, there you go. So I'm taking that the sound and vision is good. Okay, so Super 23, time to start drinking heavily. Dreary old England. Okay, let's see now. Okay, so there's 144 people in the chat already. Ed Sweeney's 20 stone wife back in England. like it. Tilla Heads, Daniel Mills, Tommy Coates, Castry, dirty old monger. Thank you. Was you talking about yourself, are you? Okay, Fergal. Okay, if I've missed anybody, yeah, Billy Bob, all good. Kev Mac, all good. Okay, spot on, kiddo. Okay, a few technical issues, but no, nothing unusual. Anyway. So Joey Roberts, have you got a? Let's see, Joey Roberts, have you got a brother called Gary Sweeney? No. Okay. So let's see. Just before the pandemic, I spent 2.5 weeks in Thailand, Patong and Koh Samui. Love Samui. Okay. David Coleman, get Big Susan down at the social club. Okay, sorry if I've missed everybody, by the way, but a few technical issues. All right, there's 172 people in the chat. Let's see, Mark Oleg, did the price of petrol increase there? Do you know, son? I haven't got my car up and running just yet. I don't know. I'm not really too enthusiastic about it. My car is a Ford Mondeo and it's diesel. And I noticed as I was, pulling into, where I live, a filling station, diesel is £1.78 a litre. That is bloody awful. I mean, it's coming home to, the cost of living. I just done some shopping at Tesco's. Wasn't a massive bit of shopping, but it still cost me more than 90 quid. So, yeah, the cost of living is certainly going up here. But never mind. I'm back. Nice to hear from you, Mark, anyway. Johnny B, good to see you back safely, pal. Where were your highlights and how does it feel to be back? Well, my highlights, there was some great... I haven't had time to think about that just yet, Johnny. I haven't had time to think about that. All I know is, I went out there for 3 months and I ended up staying for 4 months. So it must have been pretty good. I did have it in my mind at one time that I'm going to stay for the whole 6 months. But there was just so much eating and drinking and, eating and drinking. And, it gets a bit much after a while. So I'm back here now and I want to live a little bit of a healthy lifestyle for a while, maybe get in shape and everything. And we'll see what happens. Nick Wiltshire, right, let's see. Poor pies of the ready. Donald Trump, welcome back, Ed. Let's see. Cash Day. Have we got one in the chat? Gonna put this on the screen here. Gosh, one can go back to. Hey, where are we now? Can I put this on the screen? Can I put this on the screen? Okay. Can I put this on the screen? Is this bloody StreamYard playing up here or something? Is this StreamYard? Let's see. Is this StreamYard's playing? It does play up, you know, this StreamYard. It really, really does. No, not brand. Okay. What have we got here? What have we got here? I'm just going to have a little look at this. Have a little teensy-weensy look at this. I think banners are out for some reason. I think banners are out. Where's banners are out? No, I think banners are out. There's something missing with this StreamYard, to be honest with you. Yeah, here we go. Hey, banner. Okay. Okay, so okay, there you go. There you go. So I think that's it now. So there you go. I think we've got that. Okay, I think we've got that. So listen, everybody, an announcement now. 4 months I was out in Thailand. I was out in Thailand for 4 months, and I had, it was great fun, and I had over the top indulgence, and I'm pretty sure everyone wants to know. I'm sure that people want to know this. Did I do it? Did I do it? Yeah. Okay. So here we go. Here is the answer. There you go. I made the dirty dozen. I made the dirty dozen. Now, how about that, everyone? How about that? How about that? Let's go back to the chat a moment. Yes, I made the dirty dozen. I mean, so at the end of it all, I mean, I actually, reached a real target. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's it. Right. That is right. I made the dirty dozen. I checked my YouTube channel today, and I now have 12 million views. 12 million views on my YouTube channel. Yeah. Okay. The dirty dozen. Yeah. Oh, you didn't think I was talking about that? You thought it was, oh, geez, wash your minds out with soap. Wash your minds out with soap. Yeah, I'm now up to 12 million views anyway. So there you go. Oh, how about the other dirty dozen? Well, what do you think? What do you think? Let's see. They go to Little Ed, Harold Betterson. Let's see. What Mark Hughes, welcome back, Ed. I'll get my act together. I'll get my act back together. Welcome back, Ed. Enjoy watching the vids and tracking your journey. Nice to be back to your own bed and a squeaky door. Yeah, well, it's sort of is. I arrived back in England in the early hours of this morning, and whatever anyone says. When I live in the southwest of England. If you're coming from your hotel in Pattaya back to your home in the southwest of England, then the fact is that you can't do that in less than 30 hours. But it did go really, really well, and I flew with Scoot Airways. Anyone heard of Scoot? Badly for me, EastEnders. What is the dirty dozen? Ask some of the older subscribers; they'll tell you. Tommy Olay, the bags are empty. Badly from EastEnders. Let's see. Neil Fleet. Oh, hey, I hope you're okay. Yeah, I'm fine. Thanks, Neil. How's things in Wavertree? Good to hear from you, mate. Mark Alec, I thought a dozen soapy massages. I haven't had a soapy massage for years out there. I did check them out in Bangkok, and the ones that I knew were actually closed. But never mind, there was other things going on. There are soapies in Bangkok. So I don't know if they're still up and running, but there's plenty of good dirty massages going in. And they are lovely girls, and they've got lovely bodies, and they're a good age, 30s, round about that age. And they go to the gym, and they've got all the curves in the right places. And oh my God, absolutely magnificent. Plenty of that going on. Yogi Bear. Hello, Ed. Nice to see you back safe. Yeah, okay. Thank you. Thank you. Whatever. You can tell he's going to get blocked, this fella. But he's amusing me for now. But he will get blocked sooner or later. Casty Shaggy Barkios, you ain't welcome there. Okay, whatever that means. Harold Betterson, when's the next holiday? Oh, God knows. Just want to relax, mate. I want to get off the bed. I tell you what, today it was the first day that I didn't actually drink any alcohol. I mean, usually I have a few beers of an afternoon, and then I have an early evening sleep. I didn't feel tired this early evening, simply because I hadn't drank any alcohol. So I really, really do want to get in shape. Let's see. Let's see. Okay. So, yeah, so let's talk a little bit about Scoot Airways. Now, Scoot Airways is this low-cost airline that's coming. I'm not actually sure about the origins. I don't know if it's where it originates from. I didn't actually find out anything about it. But I actually got a one-way flight from Bangkok to to Heathrow, and it was a direct flight. 13 hours. It was a good, solid flight. The plane wasn't particularly glamorous, but it was comfortable enough. 13 hours of direct flight. Now, I was a bit annoyed to begin with before I even got the flight, because I booked it under the basis that it was leaving at 2:30 in the afternoon on the Tuesday from Bangkok. That's fine. That would have meant that I could have had a night out the night before. And with another vlogger, I was planning on, going to Bangkok and having a couple of nights out, there with them. But the problem is, they sent me, typically they change the flight times from 2:30 to 10 o'clock in the morning. Now, 10 o'clock in the morning from Bangkok means that you can't really have a proper night out the night before. I had to be up at about 4:30 in the morning in order to get ready and then get my taxi at 5:30 and get to the airport. So I kind of hostile to begin with, but it was 270 quid from Bangkok, Savannah Bhumi to Gatwick. It actually went to Gatwick Airport, which is the first, all the other airlines I've ever got from Thailand have gone to Heathrow, but it went to Gatwick. It left 10 o'clock on the dot. It was 13 hours. Now, you have to buy your own food there. They don't supply any food or drink there. They do have it, but you have to buy it on board. And I heard a few people complaining on board, that the food and drink, you have to pay it with a credit card. The food and drink is extremely expensive, ridiculously expensive. So I didn't bother with it. And also they don't supply any entertainment. I think you download an app if you want some movies or whatever the hell you've got. Now, I didn't bother with any of that. I tried to sleep for most of the journey. And basically, I took my own snacks, crisps, chocolate, nuts, a couple of bottles of water. And I managed to suffer for the 13 hours because I don't really like the luxuries of flying anyway. I just see flying as a nasty ordeal to get it over and done with. So it was okay. Scoot Airlines, very, very basic. I thought that was a good price. £270 one way, a direct flight from Bangkok to Gatwick, and it was as boring as any other flight. And I didn't really miss the entertainment or anything like that. But I'm just glad that it's over. And I thought it was all right. If you want a basic airline, then it seems to be pretty good. Let's see. Who's that? Yours Travels. Ed, you said Scoot Airways wasn't legit and you hate budget. No, I think you confused me with somebody else, mate. You confused me with someone else. I never said that. I didn't say that. I've never flown with Scoot Airways before. I've heard about it because the word was that it's ridiculously cheap. Well, we'll see about that. We'll see about that anyway. But like you say, it was basic. But it was basically quite good. It was basically quite good. Nothing special, but it got me here on time anyway. Cash Day, I can see this guy's going to be fun. Cash Day, don't come back to England. Hard luck, mate. I'm already here. Let's see. Nick Wilshire, my second favourite Scouse YouTuber. Good for you, mate. I'll tell you what, Mal, best looking stewardess I ever laid eyes on. Scoot. I'll tell you what, there were some. They were Thai. They were. I think they were Thai. I'm sure somebody mentioned it's a Singapore airline or whatever. But yeah, absolutely. There was one of them there that was absolute stunner. It was a nice airline, nothing glamorous, but it got me there at a reasonable price. Melton Mowbray pork pie. I know you missed a steady. Okay, nice to hear from you, mate. Dutch Ferengi is already back. Yeah, okay, I'm back, yes. Devil's Den, welcome home, Eddie. Okay, cheers to that. By the way, in case you're wondering what I'm drinking tonight, I don't normally drink this, but on the way back, I don't know, 5 this morning or thereabouts, there was a petrol station open, and I managed to get this Carlsberg Premium Export. And I don't normally drink this, but it is nice. It's nice. Whoa. Mark Hughes, what was the baggage charge flying with Scoot? I know their basic flight price is great value. Do you know that? Do you know what? No, it was included. It was included. I had a 20-kilo suitcase, checked baggage, which was included in the price. I didn't have to pay extra. The extra for, I think that's what the flight originally was, 270 quid. Yeah, and it included 20 kilos checked baggage. You've also got, your stuff that you carry on board anyway. So, no, very, very reasonable price. Raymond D. Flavis, yeah, congratulations, you made it home, Eddie. What about the whole issue that there are a lot of bars geared towards younger people? Are they closer to older guys, or do we geezers go out earlier? It depends where you are, mate. If you were in Koh Phangan, well, those islands that I went to, Koh Phangan, Koh Tao, or some of the places in Koh Samui, the bars, a lot of the bars are geared up to younger people, but you've still got in Koh Samui, you've still got girly bars, and the younger people are not really going to go into them very, very, very much. I mean, they're probably geared up for the older guys. You know what the younger people are like? They don't carry that much money. They're more backpackers, so they don't really go in girly bars. Mart, 4 months, 12 spinners. You're a legend. Thank you, mate. Thank you. Okay. Fatboy Slim, thank you, mate. Thanks for that comment. Kipax, I hate football. I don't I don't hate football. I just it's when middle-aged guys, get drunk and start shouting and swearing at it. Then football becomes stupid football, and that's when I start hating it. Michael Carvino, hi Eddie, great videos from Southeast Asia. Welcome back. Thank you, my friend. And by the way, there will be a lot more videos to come. There's still a lot to come. Lots to come, mate. Let's see. Cats and Good Coffee. Dutch Frank, you're on the Southeast Asia. Okay, fine. Thank you. Lucy, hiya, tell us about the Cuban girls. I've only ever been to Cuba once, and that was 20 years ago. And it was bloody good then. So, I don't know what it's like nowadays. Touch Farang, you're literally drinking. This is actually the first one that I've had today. I think a start of getting into shape, a start would be to cut out the daytime drinking. This is the problem I have abroad. I do something abroad that I don't do here. I drink at the daytime, and that's something that I don't do when I'm in England. So that's why I stand more chance of getting healthy here, really. Robbie Southern, you watched Jeff Carter, Eddie Land? Yeah, I watched Jeff Carter. Jeff Carter was the first vlogger, the first vlogger that I ever watched. He was making videos. I don't know when, I think before anyone else was. There may have been other vloggers around at that time some years ago, but I didn't remember. I just watched Jeff Carter. Yeah, I watched him. He's good fun. He's good, he's been very entertaining over the years. Now, this is an interesting question. Fergal Healy, did you get a PCR test before you left Bangkok? No. This is it. It was the most problem-free. The flight that I had home, the journey I had home, was in total contrast to the one that I had going there. There were no PCR tests at either end. There was no hassle. There was no passenger locator form. There wasn't even any ATK test. The only thing that, you know, you still had to have from coming from Thailand, you had to wear a mask at the airport, Savannah Boomi, and you had to wear a mask, and they kept reminding you this when you're on the airplane. So, you know, that's the only thing really, just, you know, but other than that, fine. No, nothing shoved up my nose or no threat of being dragged off to a prison hospital for 10 days. No, it was fine. Totally hassle-free, totally hassle-free. So it's nice. It looks like the world is getting back together again. On the Nick Wilshire on the cronies tonight. Could be, well, this is actually Carlsberg Export, and I don't normally like Carlsberg. I don't normally like it, but this is the Carlsberg Export, and this is bloody good. I'm going to fast forward a teensy weensy little bit. Oh, thank you, my friend. Thank you, Mark Oleg. $160. Thank you, my friend. Hi, Eddie. Welcome back. Here's a little something for your welcome back to the good old UK fund. Did you celebrate the big one already, or am I early? The big one is next week. But to be honest, I don't know what I'm going to do for that, because at the end of the day, it's only really one day, and I'll probably have you know, a night out with a few friends or whatever. The way I'm looking at this whole year is my 60th birthday. And I've already had 4 months, so I'm planning on, you know, doing a bit more. But we'll see what happens anyway. But, you know, a big thanks anyway for that, Mark. Really appreciate that. I mean, that'll pay for my shopping that I had at Tesco's tonight anyway. So I appreciate that, mate. Really, really very kind of you. So let's just have a little look up here. Oh, come on, I can't resist this one. Again. Cash J, you ain't welcome in England. You ain't, okay. He's gonna he's gonna keep going and trying. And just when he starts having fun, that's probably when I'll block him. Okay. Okay. This is Pardier. Smash the like button, please. Yeah, by all means. Thanks. Okay. Let's see, decent. You're a legend, Fatboy Slim. Thank you, thanks for that, mate. Okay, Harold Betton, decent flight that Ed. How much? 270 quid. That's how much it was. So it's yeah. I thought that was that's a one-way ticket. No food on board unless you bring your own or buy. I did hear a few people moaning on the plane that what the food that they were buying was very, very expensive. But I took my own snacks and water on board, and that done me, you know. And basically that was it. Very, very reliable. No problem with that at all. Piece of Blue. Did you meet Big Fat Bestie? No, I didn't. See, this is the guy. This is the vlogger I was talking about. I was looking forward. I would so love to have met Bestie. He's out in Bangkok right now. Oh, he thinks he's in Pattaya now, and he's making videos if you want to check him out. But it was because the airlines, it was difficult because he was basically arriving just a few days before I was leaving Thailand. And I did want to go to Bangkok for the last 2 days to meet up with Bestie. But then I was dealt a blow by the airlines. Like you say, I was dealt a blow because they changed my flight from 2:30 in the afternoon, which meant that I could have had a night out the night before, to 10 o'clock in the morning, which meant that I couldn't have a night out the night before. So it just, I had things to do in Pattaya, so I missed him somehow. But I wish him the best of luck anyway. I'm sure, you know, he's going to make some great vids when he's out there. David Coleman, I think we have that airline in Canada now, yeah? I'm not so sure where it originates from. I'm sure somebody mentioned that it was originates from Singapore. Let's see, the Scousers. Did you go to Thailand with a visa, or did you get your visa when you got to Bangkok? When I got to Bangkok, I mean, basically what I'd done, I had a 3-month ticket. I, flew out of Bangkok without a visa, but you can get your first 30 days on arrival. But after that, I had to fly boot to Cambodia, which cancelled, and I ended up just renewing my visa while I was out there, and I ended up managing to stay for the full 4 months. Not a problem, not a problem. Billy Bob, excellent price one way, yeah, and don't forget that was a direct flight as well. Danish Bacon, welcome back, Eddie. Glad to see you safely home. Okay, thanks for that, mate. He's always there. Okay, we've been back from Koh Tao 2 weeks now. Debbie Starr, we've been back from Koh Tao 2 weeks now. I'm missing it so much. Are you the lady who sent me a message on my video saying I'm in Koh Tao now and it's quite safe here, and it's quite safe. You know, it's quite safe. So I'm glad that you had a great time, Debbie. I really, really am. That video that I made about, you know, Death Island, some people who know Koh Tao well got really hostile to it. You know, you're frightening people off, and you know whatever. The fact is, when I arrived there and I made a live stream on the beach, so many people were talking about it being made around and all this. So I think it was appropriate to make a video like that. Harold Betterson, Scoot, the Ryanair of Southeast Asia. Yeah, well, that's more or less what I thought. Bluebird Zigger, good to see you back, Ed. Really enjoyed all your vlogs over the past few months. 270 cheaper than 2 nights over the Easter bank holiday in Blackpool. Rip off Britain. Let's see. Checkbound. Welcome back, Eddie. Good to see you home safe and sound. Hope it was a good trip at no delays. It was a good trip, but like I said, the only thing is before I actually, you know, a few days before they changed the flight, and that pissed me off a bit. But no, the flight actually went amazingly smoothly. Neil Moy, are you looking forward to fish and chips? No. I'll tell you what, I don't have fish and chips here, even though they're lovely, because the problem that I have is that my eyes are bigger than my belly. I pass a fish and chip shop and that lovely smell, and you see that lovely golden fish, the cod or haddock or whatever it is with the chips. The problem with me is that I can't order a medium portion. I have to order a large portion. And once I eat fish and chips, bang, it just puts me out for the night. I mean, I can't even move afterwards. It just sort of sits on your stomach, and oh no, can't be doing with that. Paul Huey, Scooters are part of Singapore Airlines, a very basic airline with very squeaky doors. Well, I don't know, I didn't open any. Thanks for that anyway. Cats and good coffee. Edward's feeling like the comedian Louis C.K. said in a monologue. Nowadays, you're bored on a plane, you watch your movie, you take a big dump, and you arrive at your destination. Okay, that must be a seriously big dump there. Harry Holt, okay, that confirms it. Scooters are a subsidiary of Singapore Airlines. So perhaps that beautiful, beautiful air hostess that I seen yesterday, she was actually from Singapore. Well, you know, my gorgeous looking bird, beautiful bird. John Young, Eduardo, did you get the glove on your return to UK? What are you talking about? Do you mean did it think that I got something hidden up my rear? Oh, that must be a horrible job. Yeah. Must be a horrible job for those customs officers. They have to bloody stick the fingers where the sun don't shine. That's terrible. Oh, I said, what's doing that up somebody's orifice like? And then they go home of an evening time, and the wife says to the customs officer, have you had a good day, did you have a good day at the orifice, did you? Oh, my God almighty, terrible. Who's this? There you go. Yeah, we've got a few trolls who tells you just ignore them. Knobheads, some knobheads in the background. Brian Ashmore, can we have the tropical background, please? Please. It's well, I can get the tropical. I've got a few backgrounds. Whatever you want, really. I'll experiment with a few, but I kind of like this one. I mean, this makes me feel like I'm a younger version of Patrick Moore. I mean, would you like my? I can't really do a Patrick Moore impression. Yeah, I can't do a proper Patrick Moore impression. I'd like to, but he was a wonderful fella. But I like this because this, gives a real nighttime feel. Yours travels. What I meant, Eddie, is a few mentioned Scooter in the past live vlogs, and you said you haven't aired them, so can't give a view. Yeah, that's probably what I said. John Young, back for a good old English summer. It's on a Wednesday this year. Yeah, I wouldn't. I'm not here for this summer. I don't rate the British weather. David Coleman, best stewardesses I ever saw was on Air Peru. Oh my God, all of them were like Jennifer Lopez. Were fantastic. Oh, Peru certainly got some lovely. Well, they do some lovely Miss World contestants, don't they? Captain Dad, I give you 115 days before you're on a flight back. Have you ever thought of hitting up Eastern Europe? Lots of pretty ladies. They're decent price. I do love Romania. It's a hidden gem. And I mean, really, if you want beautiful Romanian girls, go to Amsterdam. There's some, and they are lovely, lovely, lovely girls. Beautiful. Oh yeah, I wouldn't mind Romania. I'd love to give that a try. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens this summertime. I'm open for to ideas. Did somebody else give me a super chat? A real big thank you. Everywhere. I haven't come across it just yet. Mark Holman, just got my room in Jomtien. What a great night. I love Thailand. 2 years, well worth it. Good for you, mate. Good for you. Enjoy it. Neil Moy, why don't you change your YouTube channel into a fitness channel? You could get fit for your next trip and sort the ladies out. I don't think I'm a good advert for fitness, to be honest with you, mate. Diane Abbott is here. Diane Abbott, I love Scouse penis. Okay, I'll see what I can do for you. David Goldman, did Eddie have a Thai sandwich? A Thai sandwich. I think you've spelled Thai wrong, haven't you? But yeah, I did actually. Yeah. Oh yeah, she's getting a bit naughtier now. Diane Abbott's getting a bit she's getting a bit naughtier. Okay, steady Eddie. Oh my God, you're real. Let's see, Pele. I'm sure your 20-stone wife is happy to have you back. Only kidding, Eddie. Oh, she did. I came in, this morning at 6 o'clock, and she clobbered me with the rolling pin. Where the hell have you been for the last four months? You said you were going to the shop for a pint of milk, and then you disappeared for 4 bloody months, and you still haven't brought the milk back. Oh my God, yeah, she can be a right bollocking for it. Harold Batterson, meet her on Friday, lads. Not for me. I'm in detention now. She won't let me out. Wait until your car fills up with petrol. Was somebody Danish bacon? Oh no, wasn't you, Danish bacon? You're all right. You're all right, mate. Cats and good coffee. Eddie, now that I'm in the UK, I'm going to work out. I want to get in shape. Said while having a pint. You would ask, yeah, but it's the first one that I've had tonight. The difference between England and Thailand is that here I drink, of a night time. In Thailand, I drink daytime and nighttime, and that makes all the difference. There he goes. He's still hanging in there. Cash Day, you dirty monger. Oh, come on, mate. Come on. Can't you think of anything more imaginative than that? Come on, use your imagination, mate. That's grade C troll stuff, that is. Come on, come out with some grade A stuff. I'll probably block you because I'm getting bored with you. Let's see. Harold Betterson. Hopefully you didn't bring the pork pie variant over it. Oh, you don't know what's in the fridge, mate. Yours Travels. Thank you for that super chat. Yours Travels. I appreciate that. Ed, as you know, I'm usually experienced in Western travel. Costing me a fortune. But you really have got me into Thailand. I'll be doing 3 months very soon. Scouser to Scouser. Well, good for you. So you've never actually been to Thailand before. I mean, it's a great country. You have to go there. You have to go there. Now, the big question that we're all asking, or some people are getting excited about. I know Thailand is relaxing, and they say that there's more people going there now because it's easy to get to, no quarantine, unless, of course, you haven't been fully vaccinated, which means you've got to do 5 days. And they dropped the PCR, and they just simply recommend that you have the 80K, and it's great. But I mean, do you actually think, bearing in mind this is now the low season, the month of May, do you actually think that all of a sudden there will be a flood of people, and all those people who didn't go there in the winter time and didn't spend the money will be flooding out to Thailand now? I don't think so. I think they'll leave it a bit longer. I think, personally, I think the months of these coming summer months, May, June, July, August, September, whatever, I think these months will be like they normally would be under normal circumstances, which means that it will be the low season and it will be quiet. I can't see floods of people coming at this time of year. Anyway, Yo's Travels, I'm glad that I've been of help anyway, and thanks for that super chat, mate. Thanks for that. Let's see. McLaren F1 race. Did you get an STV either end of Bangkok? Well, that'd be an itching a bit, yeah. I haven't worn a mask in Dutch Farang. I haven't worn a mask in months. Kipax, what are you eating tonight? Or you will see. You will see before the stream is over. Let's see. STDs. Oh, who's talking about STDs? The silence. Good to see Thailand is improving. I was there in January. It wasn't much fun at that time. Well, I know it wasn't much fun. I was in Pattaya in January, and it wasn't much fun. Honestly, I met lots and lots of people in Pattaya, lots and lots of people who told me that either they or a friend of theirs had tested positive for the onion variant, and next thing you know, they've been dragged off to some hospital, and I had to go for that day 5 PCR at Bangla Hospital, and that's a bloody awful, but that was a horrible environment there. But it got better. Thailand got much, much better. And now hopefully all of that stuff is coming to an end now. Philip Mulville, thoughts on your retirement? I've got a fair bit of time to think about it, but yeah, I am thinking of it, definitely. Harold Betterson, the big 5-0, Ed. Thank you. That was 10 years ago. David Coleman. Yeah, I did 2 weeks in Cuba last month. It was great. Yeah, well, it's that is it. That is it. Cuba. It's, I think it's time for another visit. You never know. Anything could be on the menu this year for me. Anything. I wouldn't mind another visit to Cuba. Yeah, Gaz, we're gonna put Gaz on there. I horny. I just bought some woman's worn knickers on OnlyFans. Gaz 77. I'm horny. I've just bought some woman's worn knickers on OnlyFans. Oh, that's. I hope you didn't pay too much for it. I hope you got a good deal on those women's worn knickers and all that. Have you tried them out? Have you tried? Are they comfortable around your private parts? Are they? Good for you, mate. Well, whatever floats your boat. McLaren F1 race, Dutch Farang, Bangkok Heathrow is 12.5 to 13 hours with a mask. Yeah, well, it is. That's the that's the thing. I didn't like that bloody mask, but it was bearable anyway. It was bearable. Canary spreads his wings. Will you go to Europe in between another Southeast Asian adventure? quite likely there could be some. Well, somebody mentioned Romania, didn't they? There could be a couple of European destinations. The thing is, when you come to the months of like, say, May to October, that time of year, Europe is the country. In fact, it's Europe is the country which has got the best climate. It really, really, the best continent which has got the best climate because, say, May to September anyway. I mean, Greece and all of those places, they have a fantastic. Whereas a lot of the other parts of the world, Southeast Asia and even Latin America, there's, you get a lot of rain and rainy season and all that kind of stuff. Who's that? Mark Bolt. Hey, had you ever tried drinking this good stuff called water? I actually had a meal earlier on with flavored water out of a bottle. I could have had a beer, but I said no, don't need a beer. I'm having a nice beer now. Carlsberg Export, and it's bloody good stuff. Okay. Who's that? Chris, little Eddie deserves a well-earned rest. Oh my God, little Eddie's got blisters all over him. Jesus Christ. Okay, Jacob Faley, how much did you spend in total for your trip? I will be doing a video. I will be doing a video on that soon, maybe in a few weeks or within the next couple of weeks, something like that. I will be doing a video on that quite soon. Believe me. Nick say, evening steady, nice to see you back. Okay, thanks for that, mate. Well, Stacey too. I booked my flight for November last January. November sounds like a good month. I mean, I think if there's going to be an influx of tourists, I think they will wait until the start of the peak season, which is November. There you go, Fat Boy Slim. You look great since you've been traveling from Thailand. Well, thank you, my friend. Thank you. Oh. Larry, traveling to Thailand 2023. If I buy a flight ticket, now do I have to pay for tourist fee, even though it's not very much? Well, they just brought that in, haven't they? I'm not so sure about the details. I didn't have to pay a tourist fee. I'm not so sure if it's not very much. I mean, I wouldn't really worry about it. I'm not going to worry about it that much. But there are other things to worry about. Like the rising cost of petrol and diesel. But I'm not so sure about the details you said about that. Let's see. Devil's Den, £38 for your bag with Scoot. 7 kilograms hand luggage is the way to go if you're on a budget. Okay. I didn't have to pay. No, my 270 flight included. Included. The 20 was included in the 270. What am I saying? What am I saying? My 270 pound direct flight one way included the 20 kilos of luggage, so I didn't have a problem with that. Yeah, Mark Thomas, it was good to see you move away from Pattaya. It made your travel vlogs more interesting. At least now back in the UK, little Letty can have a well-earned rest. Absolutely, yeah. I had to move away from Pattaya. I mean, the thing is, in Pattaya, I spent the best part of 2 months there, to start my trip. And it can, after a while, it gets smaller and smaller every day. You're having a walk around the town, and it gets smaller and smaller. You run out of ideas. It's a great place. I'll always return to Pattaya, but I couldn't just make vlogs there all the time. Let's see. Yogi Bear Scoot is a Singaporean low-cost airline and a wholly owned subsidiary of Singapore Airlines. Okay, thank you. Nice to know that. Let's see. Chris Davies. Nice to see you home, Ed. Loved your videos over the past few months. I'll be in Bangkok November. Can't wait. Can't wait. Okay, good for you, mate. Paul Hoskins here. Nice to hear from you, Paul Hoskin. Hello there. Paul Hoskin, hello, Ed. Oh, yeah, hello, Paul. I think that's the cleanest comment that you've ever put, isn't it? I can't even see any smutty aspect in that. Nice to hear from you, mate. Okay, Kipax, bye cash. Okay, you look at Scott G. You look revived upon your return to UK. Eddie, that. Donald Boudreau, welcome home, mate. Okay, nice to hear from you. Nice of you to watch all the videos, Donald. Always nice to hear from you, mate. McLaren F1 race. Love that chat that bumped into on the last day. Was it Ben? Great content, man. Yeah, Ben. No, it wasn't Ben. It was Be More Ron. He's a young fella. He's from America, and he's got his own YouTube channel. He's out there now, so he's doing some really entertaining live streams. Then I thought he was a really nice young guy. Great to meet him. Devil's Den. Scoop Basic without baggage would have been 235. Okay, fine. Thank you. Paul Hoskin, are you planning your next holiday yet? Well, I've only been back about 18 hours, not even that, less than that. So I'm not planning on it just yet, but it probably won't take long. Harry, okay. How much have you spent in the last 3 months with recent estimations? I'll do a video on. I promise I'll do a video on that, mate. Kiwi Trader, cheers for the entertainment over the last 4 months, Ed. Thanks for that, mate. Thank you. Speedway Stephen, welcome home, Eddie. Okay, thank you. Fatboy Slim, you coughing a lot. Hope you not got COVID. The thing is, when you come to a change of climate, I often find that I'm coughing a lot. It's not unusual about that. Harry Holt, definitely the best looking stewardess of Singapore. Yeah, it was beautiful. They must have been Singaporean then, beautiful looking bird. Let's see, smooth. Even more a horrible job to the mule smuggling things in the orifice, yeah. Daniel Kelly, nice to hear from you, mate. Nice to hear from you. Daniel went out to Thailand. I never actually met him, but I'm sure you had a good time. McLaren F1 race, shoot the trolls. Oh, when I start getting bored with them, then they unless they're really offensive. Kev C, just got back. You test after 1 month of retired, Ed. Not the same, but what you make of it and enjoy myself. Be better when all these tests are over. Just book for November. Glad you're back safe. Top bloke. Thanks for that, mate. Thanks for that. Jeez, I am coughing, aren't I? Alan Burns, hiya. Watched all your videos. Alan Burns, hiya. Watched all your videos while you were there. Great stuff. Welcome back to the land of 20 stoners and not the land of smiles. I don't know. There's a few 20 stoners out there that I noticed. Cats and good coffee. Cats and good coffee. Edward Sweeney. Eddie, what would you say was the best day or moment of your 4-month trip? Well, it probably happened in a massage parlor. It was a two for one special deal lasagna, like you get at Sainsbury's. 2 for 1, a Thai sandwich sort of thing. Yeah. Okay. Enough said about that. Bloody God. Oh, that was magnificent. I really did enjoy that. A lovely Thai sandwich. Magnificent. Jack, Eddie, did you have to wear a mask on the plane there and back? Yes, yeah. But the thing is, when I went out to Thailand, as well as wearing the mask, you had to have all PCR tests, and there was quarantine on the menu and all kinds of rubbish. Whereas on the way back, the only downside of it really was that you still had to wear a mask on the airplane. But apart from that, no problem at all. But Clan F1 race, there's a heat wave in Britain Ed, up to 21 Celsius next few days. That'll be cold in Pattaya. When I stopped off on the coach in the early hours this morning, I got off the coach for the stop. Where was it? Around Taunton Way or somewhere like that, Taunton Services. And there was frost on the ground. It's the month of May, but there was frost on the ground there. Paul Hoskin, did you find it really hard in Pattaya? Oh, yeah, it was absolutely rock solid, mate. Absolutely rock solid. Thanks for asking. Billy, if there was a city you could live in Thailand, which would it be? It would be between Pattaya and Bangkok. I really like Bangkok this time. I really, really, really did enjoy Bangkok. Bangkok's great, great, great city. And it was rocking and rolling in a way that Pattaya wasn't. Don't forget Pattaya, the licensing laws where they were put back to 9 o'clock at one time. That didn't last very long, but even so, it was still 11 o'clock at night while I was there. I think I think they've relaxed it a little bit now, and I think it's more like 12 o'clock midnight now. But Bangkok was I don't know, Bangkok. I really, really enjoyed Bangkok. Yourselves, yes, I gave you a super chat. Yeah, no, you didn't. Thanks for that, mate. I appreciate that. The Clan F1 is little Ed is well fit now. Absolutely, that's some bloody exercise. Oh, he needs to relax his muscles. He does. Yours travels, but girls in Amsterdam are £100 an hour. I don't think you get an hour with them, do you? I don't think they allow an hour. It's much less than that. Ty Billy Boy, hello Eddie, welcome back to Blighty. Okay, thank you for that. Mark Ollig, oh Eddie got the milk, trust me. Oh, I did. I got the Ernie, the fastest milkman in the West awards. I did the milk round while I was there. Oh, believe me. Oh, I did the milk round. Absolutely fantastic. I had me fun. I mean, that's all part and parcel of it, isn't it? I had me fun. I definitely got the milk. Okay. Yeah, I enjoyed myself there, but it's good. But at the end of the day, I don't want to be having naughty stuff with the ladies all the time. I mean, it's about other things as well. I like islands. I mean, I went to those islands because I like islands. I'm not someone who simply goes to Thailand, just to for a bit of the old rumpy pumpy. Not like those ladies who go to Turkey and Gambia. I mean, they just go there for the one thing they do. I mean, me, I like traveling around islands and that sort of stuff. So, but yeah, I must admit, I did enjoy the old female company when I was in Thailand. Canary spreads his wings. If you want a good Romanian, go to FKK in Germany or Austria. Stay away from Amsterdam. Who's this? Gold Pure Blood Incorporated. Yeah, did you get roasted by a Limo Brava Mafia sex cult? I can't really say that I came across one. Johnny B, my highlight of your trip when you accidentally walked into a building site and it sounded like there was machine guns going off in the background. I never laughed so much. Oh, that was in Bangkok, wasn't it? That was in Bangkok. Yeah, oh yeah, I remember. It was kind of eerie, that kind of it's sort of like something out of a some kind of a science fiction movie. Philip Mulville, go film in the English forest. It was English forest. Lynn Elfson, what is your plan for weight loss? Do you have one? Well, do you know something? It's this. I've actually been watching British TV today for the first time, and I watched it. One of the, I think it was GB News, and they were interviewing some guy about weight loss, and some guy actually, some expert, came out. A lot of people believe obesity is a real epidemic. This is the real thing that's going to put a strain on the National Health Service and all the rest of it. Obesity. There isn't. Britain is a very obese country, but the way this guy said it, and he actually used the words, being fat is like being on death row. Very harsh, very strange. I mean, it's only a matter of time before you drop dead. I mean, I think I could easily lose 3 stone. I mean, I could do it losing 3 stone. No question about it. But what is my plan for weight loss? It's all mind control, isn't it? I don't really have a plan. It's simply knowing that if you eat and drink too much, then you're going to put on weight, especially if you're not exercising too much. So I found exercise a bit boring. I'll do a bit of it, but not too much of it. But basically, it's learning to discipline yourself with food, and and also bit by bit, not overnight, but bit by bit, throwing out a bit of the junk. You know what I mean? I'll have the odd pork pie and this, that, and the other, but you've got to be sensible what you eat. You can't be having fish and chips and kebabs and all this kind of stuff and expect to lose weight. But I've done it before. I have lost weight before, and I'm hoping I can do it again. Let's see. Club Fillers Incorporated. Club Fillers, okay. Squeaky door, not just yet. Paul Hoskin, his little head recovered, yeah? Oh, no, he's still sore. Harry, okay. Where's the new T-shirt? Okay, we'll work on that. We'll work on that. D-Rock, Eddie, thanks for the great content in Thailand. Greetings from Sweden. Okay, thank you, my friend. Thank you. David Coleman, I think if I go, it's over 1,000 US from Toronto. Jesus, is that with Scoot Airline? Is that well, 1,000 US dollars? That's about 700 quid in English money, isn't it? It's around 700 quid. And if that's a return flight from Toronto to Bangkok for 700 quid, well, that's not really that bad. Not really. So, let's see. No, I'm going to, another one. Harry, okay. Do you still need the Thailand pass? Yes, you do. You do need a Thailand pass to get into Thailand, but they've scrapped the test and go. If you've had your vaccinations, then you don't need to quarantine. But if you haven't had them, then you'll still need to do 5 days. But to be honest with you, the Thailand pass, I don't think that was a real problem. That wasn't a problem for me. The problem was those PCR tests. At either end, they were the threat that they carry with. You can't go under the threat that going on holiday, that if you test positive, that you're going to be dragged off for 10 days to some bloody awful scam hospital. That's no good. That was the really bad stuff. The Thailand pass, yeah, you still got to do that, but so what? I wouldn't worry about it. Just get on with it. Let's see, Santorini. Good to see you back, Ed. Is that whatever? Yeah, he's a mummy's boy. He's a mummy's boy. Chris Walsh. Hi, Eddie. Did you have to wear a mask on the plane? Yes, and you have to wear it. You have to wear a mask at Savannah Boomy Airport. You have to wear one on the plane, Scoot Airlines, and they keep reminding you. They keep reminding you during the journey that you've got to wear one, even though it was really annoying. But it's funny that as soon as I stepped off the plane at Gatwick, all of a sudden I seen attendants without masks on, and You know, it kind of felt good to be back. Cats and good coffee. Although Thai authorities said they're going to, get rid of the Thailand pass next month or June. Yeah, okay, yeah, fine, but like you said a moment ago, I don't. The Thailand pass wasn't that wasn't the villain of the piece. It was the PCR test that was the villain. What have we got now? Ashley Hall. It was fun while it lasted, but after 30 trips, it just got too expensive. Is Thailand expensive? It doesn't have to be. It doesn't have to be. It doesn't have to be. So funnily enough, somebody said to me when I came home, it was actually the taxi driver who brought me home last night. Picked me up from the bus station. This person said, it's dirt cheap in Thailand. There's still a prevailing view that it's dirt. Excuse me, for people who've never been out there, that it's dirt cheap in Thailand. And I don't like that, because that's unrealistic. Thailand is a cheap country. The problem that I have with it is that people so often exaggerate how cheap it is. But it's not expensive either. I mean, it doesn't have to be. I mean, it's still very, very good value by European standards, definitely. David Coleman, Eddie, as a fan, I have to tell you, you do drink and eat too much. Yeah, I know, I do, and that's why I'm going to do something about it. Yeah, this is good. Asian Paradise, Cash D, get out of your mummy's bed. Yeah, get out, you dirty bugger. Is this McLaren F1 race? Cash why? Cash D, what Eddie prefers better. It's I sometimes find trolls amused, but if Cash D, if he gets on me nerves, I'll just block him. He can have his fun for now, but then he'll get blocked. Who's this? Mark Hughes. Big for October to coincide with a big 60th birthday. Big swanky hotel in Bangkok for a couple of nights. Then off to Pattaya. 161 days to blast up. Good for you, mate. Good for you, Mark. I hope everything's getting better. Well, everything is better now. Hopefully by then, it'll all have smoothed out, and that this whole nightmare that we've gone through will be over. I'm really pleased for you, mate. Good for you, mate. Who's that? Cold, pure blood. Greek islands are heaven. They are some beautiful. I tell you what. When I was in the Greek islands this year, I was in Crete. No, last year I was in Crete, wasn't I? I must admit, it is such a beautiful environment. I thought to myself, if money was no object and I was a billionaire and I could buy the biggest boat and live wherever I want. I mean, the Greek islands, it's not a bad place to live. I'd import lots of Thai girls, to come and live with me. A nomad overseas. Ed, I reckon you'll enjoy Budapest. So absolutely stunning girls there. Well, yeah, I've never been to Budapest. I almost went there once. I was in Prague in the Czech Republic, and which I liked. And then I went to Vienna. I got a train to Vienna, and Vienna, it kind of killed big cities for me. It kind of killed it, and I thought, I'm all big cities, they start to look the same after a while. And then I had the chance to go from Vienna to Budapest. But I thought, no, I'll go somewhere else. I went to Salzburg, in the mountains in Austria instead. And that was actually a lot better. So I've still never been to Budapest. But you never know. Mr. Dan, how much weight have you put on while you've been away? Not that much. Not much, really. Not much. I'm about 16 and a half stone, which is well overweight. But I don't think I've really put on that much. Not really. But I could do it losing 3 stone easily. Stephen Forex, welcome home, Ed. Croatia have removed all restrictions, so maybe a good choice. Okay, we'll see about that. Funny enough, Croatia, I wanted to go there. It's supposed to be a lovely place many years ago, but it was just after they'd been involved in that war. And for a country that was rebuilding themselves, it actually seemed quite expensive. But we'll see about that anyway. Yogi Bear, Castile, does your mouth bleed every 28 days? Like it, mate, like it. Let's see. Santorini, Castile, sounds like a right camel toe. He sounds like he's making a real fool of himself. That's what it is. He's just making an idiot of himself. Paul C. Welcome back, Eddie. Whilst I was over there, I got married and built a house. Back working again now to make the farm extension to retire in the great weather. Okay, good for you, mate. Good for you. Billy Boyd, absence makes the heart go fonder. Well, I mean, you know, I didn't miss England. I mean, I don't forget, I went to Thailand for 3 months, and I ended up staying for 4 months. I wasn't missing England. It was as much as I wanted to get back to a bit of normality. Because at the end of the day, it's like having a long night out. I mean, you're looking forward to this night out, and you want to live it up and all that. But at the end of the day, it's got to end sometime. And I think 4 months of a little bit overindulgence, eating and drinking and all that. I've got to get back to a little bit of normality now. David Coleman, I don't think anybody will be traveling to Europe now. It's crazy. Well, I'm keeping my eye on it. We'll see what happens. You never know what's going to happen next, mate. You really don't. And that's, we can't really talk about that. Can't really talk about that. You know what I mean? Do you know something? I think that the jokes weren't thin, and I've just had about enough of that idiot. I just got bored with that idiot. There you go. I think I've made him feel stupid now. I really think. I mean, he's trying to go on and on and on. Cash day. He's trying to go on and on and on. He's out for attention, and he was probably having fun and probably thinking that he was just about to get lots of attention, and then I blocked him. And now he's probably feeling like a right idiot. He's probably feeling like a real knobhead. Well, he is a knobhead anyway. Okay. Dutch Farang, did you get homesick in Thailand? Not really. I got sick of eating and drinking, to be honest with you. Paul Hoskin, back to his old ways. The bar girls love their phones and I love their ring pieces. You dirty bugger. You dirty bugger. Mono Umtunen, Finland is waiting for you. What Finland? Is Finland a good country? It probably is a nice country. I've never been there. What I do know about Finland is that you get an awful lot of Finnish people in Southeast Asia in winter time. Apparently because it's very cold there. Finland, I mean. Jim Collins, Ed, when do you think the Thais will let unvaccinated in without quarantine? Well, it's getting better. I mean, don't forget, you've still got a quarantine now, but it's down to 5 days. It is down to 5 days. So it's getting better. Who knows the answers to that one? John Mitch, have you unpacked the kitchen sink from that suitcase of yours? Let me tell you something. I mean, my suitcase, I didn't buy anything while I was in Thailand. But funnily enough, the suitcase, it become more and more difficult. Just explain this to me. I didn't buy any souvenirs or anything. I had all the clothes and all the other stuff in the suitcase is what I went out to Thailand with. And yet somehow, every time I was leaving each hotel, the suitcase got more and more difficult to close. I'm trying to figure that one out. Was the suitcase going smaller? Was it shrinking or something? I don't know. But the thing is, the suitcase, it weighed about 20 kilo with all the stuff inside of it. But then when you take your laptop and various other things out of it that you got to take out. You know, it's you know, not a problem really, not a problem. Chasing time, I'm proud of you, mate. That's what I got to say. Thank you, thank you. Your thought. Get the pies in, Eddie. Okay, coming soon, coming soon. The Stephen Was show. Bloody hell, lad. The lad's back. Top bloke, look at you have fun. Fair play. I did have fun. I mean, I wouldn't claim for 1 minute that my 4 months in Thailand, that trip, was perfect. I wouldn't claim that for 1 minute. Not 1 minute. I would have liked to have gone to other countries. But, you know, I think it was making the best of a bad situation. The reason I didn't want to go to other countries, or, well, I did want to, but the reason I was reluctant is because I want to avoid those bloody pieces. Look, I met loads of people in Thailand who tested positive, but also I met other people along the way. Even a couple of the people who subscribe to this channel, I met them out there in Thailand, and those very, very same people, one guy I met, he said he was going to the Philippines. He messaged me a few weeks later and said, I didn't make it to the Philippines. I tested positive, and I think, you know, I don't know if he actually, you know, got the old antivirus again. So, you know, I wouldn't claim that my 4 months was perfect, but it wasn't bad either. At least I made the effort to get out there and do something. I could so easily have stayed in England and talked about going to Thailand, but over the last couple of years, I think I've done enough of that. So I had to get away, and I'm glad that I've done it. And I'll do it again. Lewis Bellingham. Eddie, why do you take such a large suitcase? It can be awkward at times. Well, I heard of people who are taking smaller, you know, backpack sort of things. I don't know how they do it. I don't have a massive amount of clothes. I have the same black T-shirts. It has been noticed. The same black T-shirt. I have my laptop. I have the electrical stuff and you know, the various other things. I don't have a massive amount of stuff in that suitcase. And yet, funny enough, I need a 20-kilo suitcase in order to carry it all. Scannell 1986. I love your vlogs. Always make me smile. Thank you for that, mate. Thanks for that. Thanks for that. Who's that? Marty say, got a bit of a tan there, Ed, you sexy beast. Thank you, my friend. Jim Collins, that's not what it says in our government website. If you were on Max, you say you need to do two, it was that 2 days, that 2 or 10 or whatever. But well, I've heard 5. I've heard 5. You better check it out, you know, if you plan on going there. Teddy Jackson, okay? Teddy Jackson. Great videos, Edward. Can you advise on mongering? How do you become a monger? Do you need to qualify as a monger in order to get a visa extension? No, but it does help. Who's there? Go Pure Blood. Ed and Teresa, I call it a Thai sandwich. Thai sandwich, mate. Thai sandwich. Cat and Good Coffee. Lovely Thai sandwich. It was absolutely lovely. Absolutely lovely. Let's see. Sniper Jill. So on this sandwich, you were one of the bread pieces. No, I was the meat in the middle, matey. Mono Onotem. Abba in Sweden is welcoming Steady Eddie to rock the Stockholm. Oh, I love Abba. I love Abba. Jesus Christ. When they won the Eurovision Song Contest. So I used to feel sorry for the dark-haired lady, even though she was very nice, because the the focus was always on Anietta, wasn't it? The blonde one. And she had a wonderful voice, great singer, really amazing sound. The winner takes it all. Oh my God, she was absolutely amazing. Lovely woman. I mean, she was the idea of exotic I mean, when you were a kid growing up in the 70s, and most of us had never travelled anywhere, the idea of a Swedish blonde, I mean, it didn't come more exotic than that. Oh my God, absolutely beautiful. Let's see. Ed blocked that prick cast. He's gone. He's gone. He's gone. He's gone. He was having lots of fun there, and all of a sudden I took his favourite little toy away from him, and he's probably in a corner sulking now. I made him feel stupid. McLaren F1 race. Dutch Frank, I'm married almost 6 years now. It's my fifth time missus. She's a great she's got a great place, pay for it in Amsterdam, but low wish yeah, oh yeah, whatever. We're all men at the end of the day. We're all men at the end of the day. Asian paradise, you do need to quarantine if you aren't maxing. I'm waiting for that restriction to be lifted. Sergio Vega, you missed travel already. I missing it. It's too early to miss it. I'm recovering from it. I'm glad that I'm back here. I'm glad that I've done it, and I didn't have any problems. I tell you what, out of 4 months, I only had to do about 10 hours of quarantine. 10 hours in 4 months, and that's when I first arrived. I went to the hotel. I arrived in the evening time. I had the PCR test. I woke up the next Monday, said, you're clear, you're free to go. And I slept most of that anyway, so not a problem. And I think I got off lightly because a lot of other people are not so lucky. Smashed. Okay, nice to hear from you, Smashed. I think it was one of my original subscribers, weren't you, mate? Welcome back, Ed. Thanks for all the content you've given us over the past few months. Lovely stuff. Nice to hear from you, Smashed. Really nice to hear from you. David Udon. Oh yeah, did you fly out with Scoot Airlines? Scoot Airlines, bargain basement stuff, but it was pretty good. We've done that one. Just signed in. Great to see you back safe and well. Okay. Yeah, all right. Thanks for that. I appreciate that. Let's see, checkbound, Bangkok. You walk around late evening. That was a highlight for me. Well, I enjoyed those walk arounds. When I got a Thai SIM card with True, which I got out of first got out of Central Festival in Pattaya. And believe me, those Thai SIM cards, you know the data signal that you get is far better than what you get in England. I live in the southwest of England. And it's bloody awful there. The idea of walking around, doing a live stream outdoors, I probably wouldn't get a decent signal there. But the only place that let me down was at that full moon party in Koh Phangan. Gold pure filth and copper. Big respect to all fellow humans who did not give in to this evil we experienced. And as you now see, whatever. In UK, Eddie, what's your vlogs back when you post them? No, because I've already seen them. I don't like watching some of the old. I did, once look at the old ones, and it was quite embarrassing. It was quite embarrassing looking at the ones a couple of years ago. But you live and learn, don't you? Dutch Farang, are you talking about quarantine in the UK? No, it's no quarantine in the UK. Talking about Thailand. Okay, Dixie Novus, pick up yourself, Evan. The 20 Stones will be glad you're back. Okay, well, I'll tell you what, I'll be back in a moment. And in the moment, it's, I bet some of you missed this, it's squeaky door time. See you in a bit. A moment, 1 minute. Okay, back. Okay, there we go. Dave Uden, they reckon a 9-day heat wave in the West Country. Yeah, that sounds about right. 9 days of summer. That's exciting, isn't it? Devil's Den. Eddie, Brazil is a subtropical climate. It's winter, June to September. Is actually the least rainfall and average temperature. I've been to Brazil a couple of times. A few times actually. When I come to think of it, it's yeah, that is the winter time. I haven't been that time of the year. Life Reset Thailand. Hey Eddie, just arrived in Hua Hin. Nice town. Not the most exciting place, but it's it's a nice town. Some people love it. Some people are great to go on holiday. Some places are great to go on holiday, and some places are great. You would rather retire in. So if if you're a retiree, then Hua Hin. A lot of people love that place. Harry Holt. Bangkok is a great city. It's astonishing, really, just how huge it is. And every corner, there's something great to do. I like Bangkok. When I first seen Bangkok many years ago, I didn't like it. It looked like a big grimy concrete place. But the more you visit, the more you love it, and it's a great place. Richie Rich, just tuned in. If I missed the squeaky door time, you just missed it, mate. You just missed it. Nice to hear from you, mate. McLaren F1 race. Just for I'm 47, biding my time to retirement. We can bang Zimmer frames so long as this inflation lasts. Oh well, I haven't really caught on. I mean, the only thing I've seen of this inflation, which I've heard so much about, is when I passed a filling station early this morning, and I seen that diesel is about £1.78 a litre. Well, that's not good. I went shopping at Tesco. And for about 91 quid, I got stuff that should have cost me a little bit less than that. It's I don't really know. Ricky E, how much is 3 stones? It's £42. I could do it losing at least that. Okay, so one thing in Tesco, I got a bottle of Blossom Hill. Now, this is a rather cheap and nasty one, but it's nice. It is nice. Anyone remember when I went to Benidorm a few years ago? I stayed in a hotel at, I think it was at Levante Beach, and there's a little grocery store next to the hotel. And I, after a while, get tired of drinking lager. So, I got used to drinking Blossom Hill. This was you can get it in Tesco's, but I was thinking a lot of this was in Benidorm for some reason. And it goes down well. It's a soft and fruity red wine. It's only £5.50 for a 750 milliliter bottle out of Tesco's. £5.50, and I would say that is bloody good value. So here we go. Come on, let's have a little look at the okay. Got a nice little pot of red wine. Wine's quite expensive in Thailand, by the way. There we go. There we go. Okay, there we are. Now, by the way, I don't know if you know this, but anyone who wants to lose weight and likes drinking wine, it's not it's not advisable, simply because wine has surprisingly high calories. A glass of wine, it's just an ordinary glass of wine, it's probably got as many calories in it as a full pint of lager. Wine is high in calories, but it's tasty. So the lager gets a bit, it gets a bit, sameish after a while. Anyway, Blossom Hill. Soft and fruity red wine, available at Tesco's for £5.50 a bottle. Nice. Nice. No problem with that at all. Very, very nice. Okay. By the way, I'm well behind with the chat here. Well behind with the chat here. Stephen Forex, they let you in now without quarantine, unmasked, if you take the PCR within 72 hours of arrival. Read. Why does nobody know? Well, I heard, I'm sure I was watching the Tiger. I heard that it was, 5 days quarantine. But if that's the case, then that's much better. That's much better. Anyway, Stephen, thanks for your information and thanks for that super chat. I appreciate that. Thanks for that, mate. Anyway, let me see. Let me just go back a little bit. Let's go to Rusty Lid. I met Rusty Lid in Thailand. I'm surprised. I came on a 60-day visa. I've been extended for over a year now. As long as the emergency degree is in effect, I think they will keep offering extensions. Well, that's good to know. Nice to hear from you as well, mate. I was surprised at how easy it is to extend your visa through an agent. I paid 5,900 baht to extend my visa for an extra 2 months after I had that first fiasco with the immigration office. And the guy in the agency in Pattaya said to me, 60, 60, 60. You can do it every 60 days, and it was fine. I have thought that when I got on the airplane yesterday or the day before that, whenever it was, that they were going to pull me up and they're going to say, about because I've never actually done that before. But no, not a problem. It was as long as you're prepared to pay the money through a reputable agent and do it through a reputable agent by all means, then you should be all right. Extending a visa is quite easy. David R. I'll be carrying the torch where you left off in 5. David R. He's been on this show. David R. is from California, and he's heading out to Thailand in 5 days' time. So good luck to you, mate. Good luck to you. Have a great time. Let's see. I must be behind the chat. Mark Olive, 401 in the chat. Maybe there was. It's dropped a little bit now. I think I'm well behind with these. Well behind with the stuff. Mark Olive, I want to hear the old squeaky door. I am behind with the comments. I am behind, Mark. Well behind, aren't I? I should be on the ball. I'm not with it yet. I'm still a little bit jet lagged. I've had a long journey, but very, very straightforward. Very, very straightforward journey. No hiccups whatsoever. Let's have a little look. Paul Hoskin, it don't matter how much money you got, the girls will happily spend it. Very, very true, mate. Very, very true. Mark Olive, speaking of how much do a pack of Trojans cost in Thailand? Is that cigarettes? Is that cigarettes? I don't smoke. I've never ever paid any attention to that. Never. I don't smoke. Kippo mask. Eddie, you're going to be cooking Thai food now? You have the taste for it? Thanks for all the videos. No, I think I'll leave that to the Thais. I cook roast dinners. I bought myself a nice big chicken from shop from Tesco's and bacon. But I'm going to try and... Chicken's good for you. Chicken's quite healthy if you don't touch the skin. But, other stuff. I also bought cheese, which is obviously high calories, and bacon. And, well, they're not good for it. But bit by bit, I'll get it, and I will lose weight. I will. Oh, God almighty. What do we got here? There you go. That one didn't last long. Cab driver 361. Great entertainment for your trip in Thailand. Thanks for that. Can you give us a clue what channel got taken down? I can't find it. Oh, it was someone that you wouldn't want to know. It was an idiot. It was, but what what amused me, he got up to about 2,000 plus subs. You probably haven't heard of him. But he was a general nuisance to a lot of YouTubers, and it was basically just targeting YouTubers to see which ones would react, and then he could promote themselves. But I didn't react at all. But I must admit, I did show my amusement when his channel got taken down, and he'll probably make another attempt to come back with a new channel. But has he learned his lesson? Probably not. People like that never learn. You wouldn't want to know him anyway, mate. David Coleman. I hope he did not bring back the 5 black teeth. Yeah, I have brought them back. Oh, they're there. They're there. They're nice and comfortable, and they may not look so stylish, but they're good fun. Let me see. Duty, were there many ties on the plane back to Gatwick? Or all Brits? Were there many ties on the plane back to Gatwick or all Brits? There were. I'd say there was some lovely birds with lovely knockers on that plane. But I noticed, I don't know. It seemed to be the season. There was some English girls who had stared and low cut tops, and there was one English girl who was there was an English girl who I'm sure she was told to cover herself up because her knockers were hanging out and all that. There were a lot of Brits there, and well, I'm veering off the subject now. John Mitchell, Ty Samson, little Eddie managed to get mayo on both sides. Little Eddie was, rose to the occasion. Let's just say that much. David Keenan. Hey, Steady Eddie, good to see you back. Didn't know you were live streaming tonight. Thank you, mate. Thanks for that anyway. Thanks for you. Now, listen, what I wanted to mention to people, I put out a post that there's a new, actually, it's a second channel that I've had for over 2 years. No, the reason I started that, the original title of that second channel was Steady Eddie Live. That was the original channel. And I had in mind that's going to be a live channel. Okay, but what I like the idea of doing is doing walking videos. Some people like walking videos, beaches and countryside and that sort of stuff. So, like, I use my GoPro and I've done a few videos, and there's a few of those videos that have got half decent views, and they're still on the channel now. But I changed the channel name, but then I changed it back to Steady Eddie Live because I've decided that, seeing as I'm here, it might be an idea to do a channel which is for live stream. But there may be other things, but the idea is to maybe do a through the night live stream. When I say through the night, UK time, maybe 1 o'clock till 4 a.m. in the morning. Now, there won't be many people in the UK viewing at that time because a lot of people will be asleep, but there may be some night owls around. I'm a bit of a night owl myself, and sometimes, if I can get it to 1,000 subscribers on it, then I can qualify for live stream to go live on it. But there's probably more night owls than you think. And let's face it, what's happening through the night in England? Not a great deal. If I can build the channel up and get a little bit creative with it, then it might be a little bit entertaining through the night. But also, it will be better for other places other than England, like America. It's through the night in England, but that will be evening in America, and it will be probably daytime in Australia. So if I can get it, so if you can, if you can see my channel page, it's a featured channel. If you go to channels, then you will see it at the top of the page. You will see it there, Steady Eddie Live. If you can subscribe to that, I will be eternally grateful. And if you was to subscribe, if I can get to 1,000 subs, then I'll qualify for live stream. I will give it a go. We'll give it a go. I've got a few ideas of what to do on it right now, but just a few ideas. Funny enough, when I was on the plane yesterday, I was thinking about this quite a lot. It would be a good little idea for live streamers, sorry, for night owls here, but it would also be a better time for people in America and other countries as well. So if you can give it a sub, Steady Eddie Live, it's there on my About page, featured channels. You give us a subscribe, and honestly, I'd be eternally grateful. And you never know, it could be a good little old channel. Give it a go anyway. Good cat and coffee. Super registered out of UK, and some people are asking if he misses traveling. Oh well, you know, I haven't got that traveling gene out of me. I'm still planning on traveling. Not right now at this moment in time, but don't worry, it'll happen. It'll happen. David Coleman, I just don't find English women sexy. Neither did my dad. Mum was French Canadian. French Canadian sounds like a lovely combination. Lovely combination. Yeah, English women are sexy. Some beautiful English women. English women are lovely. I mean, you know, since I when I was on the plane, there were English women on the plane. You know, young English women, and they were lovely, very, very sexy, and you know, and they had lovely pairs of knockers. A lot of them very, very low cut. You know what I mean? And you know, and and all of that. And English women are lovely. So there's some lovely English women. Don't knock English women. They're lovely. They are. The younger one. I mean, the ones you go to the social club, they're not. You know, they're you know. But when they're about 25, 30 years of age, you know, there are some lovely English women. JD Autos, even instead, he bet you wish you stayed in Pattaya. No, I've done me stuff there. I've done me stuff there. Time to rest now. I could answer that question if I knew what you meant. Let's see, Paul Hoskin, if you order a Thai mail girl, make sure your letterbox is big enough. Okay, good for you, mate. Kipax, best part of the show about time. Okay. Mark Oleg, yes. Okay, thank you for that. Oh, I think you're talking about the squeaky door. I'm well behind with the chat. I think you're talking about the squeaky door there. Let's see. David, I'll be on JAL. Lots of Aisha. Is that a lovely bit? Nice beer, that. Nice beer. Good cats and good coffee. Big asses in Brazil. Some of them do. Some beautiful Brazilian bears, but yeah, I must admit, some of them do have big asses. I mean, massive. And he still wear the thongs. Even if a Brazilian bear's got a big ass, he still wears the thong. Kumar AJ, when did you go back to UK? Well, I arrived back here in the early hours of this morning. Yeah, David Coleman. Wow, it costs half that price. Yeah, it seems like the flights from Toronto to Bangkok are expensive. I am well. I'm sorry about this, but I'm well behind with the chat. Don't forget is don't forget I'm still a little bit jet lagged there, you know. So I'm not entirely 100% with it. Who's that? Seshbone, why haven't you got a wine glass? I've never got around to getting one. David Hart, wine in the Tom Collins glass. Why not? A nomad overseas, mixing wine and beer in the same session. I reckon you're going to have a monster headache in the morning, Ed. Yep, absolutely. It does happen. Mark Ollig, Eddie's on a liquid diet, Blossom Hill and beer. Absolutely. Well, I like a little bit of variety. I'll drink beer, you know, until I get tired of it, and then I like a nice wine. I do like a nice wine. Searsborn, do you think you might have an alcohol problem? No doubt of it, mate. No doubt of it at all. That's interesting. Philip Mulville, Eddie, in your will, who gets your YouTube channel? Probably the same people who get the rest of my stuff. David Coleman, I'm eating better. I'm riding my bike every day. It's working. Good for you, mate. I've only been back. This is my first day back, so I haven't done any. Well, I did have a walk into town, but I haven't actually done any exercise. But there will be a little bit of exercise on the menu. But I'm determined. I am determined, and I'm gonna lose some weight. I am gonna lose some weight. Sean the Prawn. Have you thought about traveling to the Philippines, Ed? Now, Philippines is great, and I want to go to the Philippines. I do want to go there. Do you know what? My friend here in England, he was going out to the Philippines last month, and he tested positive on the day of his flight. You know, so obviously it was very, very stressful. He's managed to book another flight, and he's out there now. He's arrived there now, but testing positive on the day of flight or anything is really dreadful. So this nightmare, you know, we've gone through it. It's not really over just yet. We're not totally out of the woods just yet. Lewis C, what agent did you use for Visa? I think it was in Soy-Bucaque, and it was close to, I think it was close to Nicky's bar, if you know that one. And I think it was called the Cambodia Visa place. And they were really, really good. They were really, really good. Let's see, smashed. Let's all welcome Ed back home with a thumbs up for all the entertainment provided while he's on his travels. Thank you, mate. Thank you. I can't see the thumbs up right now, you know, with this StreamYard stuff, but thanks anyway. Ed, had you on Bluetooth speaker? Time Mystery returns from work and it starts back up while she's in bathroom. She's too busy listening to a crap size soap operas. Okay, thank you. David R, looking forward to Messengers every day. I don't blame you, mate. I don't blame you. Mark Ollig, I know I'm an older American. I'm an older British person, man. I'm an older British person. But none of us is getting any younger. David R. Ed, there's no such thing as a diet. My secret, just cut everything you eat in half and you lose weight. That's it. That's probably it. I mean, it was on this discussion that I seen today. This chappie, and he came up with those bloody awful words. I said it earlier. He came up with those words. If you are fat, then you are on death row. Jesus Christ! I mean, you know, just don't sugarcoat it over, mate. Just say what you mean. You know, but what else did he say? Yeah, absolutely. I mean, he mentioned something about an all English breakfast, an all English breakfast where, you know, bacon, sausage, all the rest of it. That's 1,500 calories. I think your total limit is about a day is about 2,000, isn't it? You know. Trojans. John Mitch, Trojans are condoms, not six. Okay, sorry about that, Mark. I didn't know. I've never heard that before. I've never, honestly say, I've never ever heard that before. Never heard that. But anyway, Jack. No, I'm not going. I'm not going to repeat the name of that pellic who's got his channel taken down. Paul Hoskin, you drink some beer, then some whiskey, and then beer again when you go with the bar girl and enjoy the family. Okay, whatever. It is horrible on the plane wearing a mask the whole time. I know. That was the only bad part of it, wearing a mask all the time. You know, but other than that, it was okay. I'll tell you what I'm going to do now. Squeaky door time. For those who missed it, a double portion of squeaky door time, okay? A double portion because I have to blow my nose, believe it or not. There you go, back in a minute. Okay, so you may have noticed that I had a bit of a blocked up nose there, so I had to blow my nose. So you've had a double helping of squeaky door. Let's see, Dutch for Angola. Is that to the new channel? Fine, thank you. Mark Oleg subbed. Well, thanks for that. Thanks for that, mate. Appreciate that. David Coleman, I only took a mid-size and a small backpack to Cuba. Really? Well, it depends what you do, mate. Depends what you do. You know, I don't think I could take a backpack. I need a suitcase for some reason. Let's see now. Let's see. Out there in air stewardess, tell a woman to cover up her knockers. I'd boycott that early. Freedom. Smash, out there in air steward, tell a woman to cover up her knockers. I'd boycott that airline. What's that? What's that? Cats and good coffee. Better watch Eddie stream in the evenings in the UK than get stabbed in the street. Yeah, okay. Okay, fair enough. David already added that. Okay, thank you. Citizen Mikey will subscribe. Okay. Now, the idea of this new channel, I know I'm going over what I said a moment ago. The idea of this channel, you know, I had this channel with, you know, walking videos on, which is never really caught on. But, you know, like I enjoyed it. You know, I enjoyed it. But with the channel, I wanted to do a live channel. I thought, well, what shall I do? Shall I do a third channel? I thought, no, I don't want to be doing a third channel because it gets really complicated then. So I'll just use the second channel. So what are we doing? It will be mainly for live streaming. And it will be through the night. I kind of like the idea. Now that I'm retired, you know, I'm a bit of a night owl anyway. I like the idea of doing it through the night, you know, live stream. When it says through the night, we'll have to yeah, we'll go. There'll be ideas, you know, come up with ideas. Maybe play a bit of music, non-copyrighted music. There's some great non-copyrighted music out there, and a few other things. We'll think of ideas. Well, I'll think of something. Get a few more guests on. I haven't done that, you know, because I've got StreamYard here. Can have a few guests on the night time. I mean, for those night hours, I mean, what else are you doing that time of night? There might be something interesting, but I need to get started with it first of all. So, if I can get it to 1,000 subscribers soon, then I'll have an idea of what I can do with it. But it'll be worth doing because don't forget, through the night in England, it's evening time in America, and it's in the, you know, it's in the afternoon in Australia. So we'll give it a go anyway. There may be something good coming of it. David, Edwin, you're going back to Asia probably later this year, mate. Later this year. Now, here's an important question. The MBKM Travel Channel, have you bought any pork pies yet? Well, have a guess what I've got here. These are Tesco's pork pies. They are called Eastman's Deli Foods, yeah? Proper tasty 4 pork pies from Tesco's. And you know what? Do you know what? I'm gonna give one of them a go. There we go. Mmm. Thank you. Nice. I like that. Lovely stuff. Now, pork pies are not ideal for someone who's planning on dieting. They're really not. Mmm. Washed down with a nice bit of wine. Okay, tasty. Tasty. Now, they don't have the words Melton Mowbray on them. They're called Eastman. So how do they compare? Well, they're nice. They're crispy. That tasted really, really crispy and very, very pork pie. Yeah, I liked it. I liked it. Lovely stuff. Lovely stuff. Paul Franken. Trouble is, Eddie, young, sexy English women aren't interested in old men. That's true. That's true. That's probably why us old men go out to places like Thailand and find women who are interested in it. But you can still look, as long as you don't layer. You can still glance, but as long as you don't layer, because that's a. But then again, when you see a bird like who's got such a low cut top that she's shoving her knockers out, So I mean, I kind of think that she wants people to see them. Yeah, Smoots. That wine glass is classically bad. Mm. Ugh. Jack, Eddie, which do you prefer? The jugs, the pins, or the buns the most? The jug, the titties, the legs, or the bum. I like them all. I like as long as they're on a female. As long as they're on a female. Lunasis, nice to see you doing well. I found your channel at the start of the pandemic when you were stuck in Thailand and recently found it again. Okay, fine. Thank you. David Coleman. I don't understand how I can go from a glass of red wine then a glass of white wine. That is amazing. I'll say I like a little bit of variety. Get same as I don't like the same old stuff over and over again. But I must admit, drinking white wine is only an extremely recent thing with me. Do you know what? Where I fell in love with white wine in Greece, in where did I go last year? Crete and then Athens. And the Greek people, they are so good in those restaurants. They're so good. You finished your meal, and and then all of a sudden on the house, a nice jug of white wine, and it was lovely. It was lovely, lovely, lovely stuff. I would rate Greece really, really highly. The people there were absolutely awesome, and I got so used to the white wine, so tasty that I love white wine now. So I love red wine, and I like white wine as well. Big B, explore and travel. Eddie, is Vietnam back open yet? I was thinking of traveling there for my channel. Where would you recommend? Any info would be great. Well, if you want to have a look, if you go back a couple of years on my channel, there's lots of places in Vietnam where I make videos. In the north, I think Hanoi is the furthest north that I've been, isn't it? Hanoi was a lovely, characterful city. It's a really nice, characterful city. You've also got Halong Bay, which is beautiful. Go out there on the traditional Vietnamese junk, and you've got those limestone rocks and lovely stuff. Don't miss that. A couple of other dull towns along the way. Da Nang. A lot of people like Da Nang, but I thought Da Nang was a little bit not really quite developed yet the way it should be. You've also got Hoi An, which a lot of people say is a tourist trap, but it's a must see. Hoi An is beautiful, lovely place. And then in the deep, well, you've also got Nha Trang, which is a beach resort, but it was very, very Russian the last time I seen it. God knows what the state is. I don't know the situation of that right now. But of course, Ho Chi Minh City in the south, magnificent, and the Mekong Delta is very, very authentic and very, very well, very cultural, I should say. So I hope that's. I've got plenty of videos on my channel from a couple of years ago, mate. Please check them out. David Coleman, don't they have WD-40 oil in England ready for that door? Oh, I don't know. I don't want life to be too perfect. Donuts better than no nuts. I bet you stand out now with that tan in England. I don't know. I think to be honest with you, at this moment in time, England is, people in England have got other things to think about, like the rising cost of fuel and all this kind of stuff. Kumar J, congrats on getting back to UK. Thanks for that, mate. McLaren, Eddie for Prime Minister. To be honest with you, I don't know. I think I'd vote Kermit the Frog for the Prime Minister. I think Coco the Clown would do a better job. Martin Saunders, welcome back to England, Eddie, from Marty in New Zealand. Good for you, mate. Anyway, okay. And I'm pleased to see that New Zealand is now opening up. We've been through some troubled times, but I'm glad you're able to travel again. Good for you, mate. Okay, Mark Oller, yes. Throw condoms, yeah. Trojans, yeah. Okay. I'd actually never ever heard of that before. I plead ignorance, but sorry about that, Mark. But yeah, condoms. So what was the question? Was it plenty of condoms? How much were the condoms? They carry their own, but it's always helpful to have a few backup ones of your own, just in case they don't have any available. But they seem to supply them. Funnily enough, they supply them. But I always insist. If they bring out a car, make sure it's one that's big enough. You know what I mean? Okay. Gaza, Eddie, did you make a going home video in the airport? I did a little bit of that, but I think it was too worn out. I mean, I wouldn't expect much of a video of that of Scoot Airways. A little bit, but not much of one. Cats and good coffee, Edward Sweeney. Now that you mention English breakfast, most Western women, especially feminists, look like an English breakfast. They look like an English, but well, I've never actually thought of women that way. I've thought of them looking like a dog's dinner, but not an English breakfast. Mark Oleg Squeaky Door. Okay, the sequel. That was the sequel to Squeaky Door. That was. Okay, Jack. Okay. Yeah. Okay, Jack. If you want to be vulgar. Mark, Puffs or Kleenex? It was Kleenex. I don't know. My nose is getting a little bit blocked up there. I think it's because I'm acclimatizing now. After the tropical temperature of Thailand. I mean, here it's it's not quite the same. So I think I'm acclimatizing right now. Smashed. Ed, whilst on your travels, did you mentally pencil in any potential retirement plans abroad? Anywhere in Thailand stand out as candidates? Anywhere in Thailand stand out as candidates? Well, I think it would be between Bangkok and Pattaya, to be honest with you. And the good thing is that those two places are so close to each other. They're only 1.5 hours by road. So it's Bangkok's a great city. I don't know, Bangkok's a great city. You know, the more from a city which I didn't like when I first seen it 20 years ago, 20 odd years ago, and now I love Bangkok. I feel really comfortable there, and it's not as expensive as some people make out. It isn't really. Okay, Jack, all through the night into the early hours, yeah. Ross, great time slot, Eddie. Okay, you're talking about the new, the new channel. Remember, if you go to my channel page, this channel, and go to the you click on the channel at the top, you will see featured channel, my other channel, Steady Eddie Live. If you click on that, I really, 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 really appreciate it. And if I can get up to 1,000 subscribers, start making something of it. Start making it, an all night live channel. I won't be like waffling on all through the night, not me, but I'll have other guests on, and I will get some guests on. I will do other things, other things as well. Yeah, other things. So I mean, through the night. I mean, there's plenty of night owls in England. I mean, what else is going on the early hours of the morning? I don't know, but that's in England. In America, it will be evening time. So see what happens. It may be rough around the edges to begin with. It probably will be. But when I get it up and running, we can just give it a go. And I'm open to suggestions of how I could improve it and whatever. We'll make something of it. But like I say, I mean, if you go to my my homepage or my Presley channels, featured channels at the top, you'll see, and if you subscribe, Steady Eddie Live, and I really would appreciate that. Cheers. Jeff Finn, okay, thank you for that super chat. Go Eddie, okay, thank you, Steph. Jeff. Smashed. The sneaky feel we get. Lovely stuff. Once that pork pie was devoured. Mark Ollick, tomorrow is always a better. Yeah, it is, Mark. It is. It's always a better. But I will discipline myself. I will. Listen, there's a guy that I know in Pattaya, and I met him there, and he's lost 5 stone in 5 months. And whenever you see him, he's always drinking alcohol, but he does a bit of exercise. But he's always drinking alcohol. But apparently, I heard that he only eats once a day, which is late at night. And it's probably not the healthiest way. So 5 stone in 5 months. When you say a certain age, that's probably not advisable. But he seems to have done really well out of it. So we'll see. We'll see what happens anyway. A nomad overseas. Ed, you're 100% correct. My old housemate was blonde girl with massive jugs. Asked her about local tops, and she said it's for attention, but she only approved it from good-looking guys. Sounds about right, mate. Sounds about right. Stephen Forex, else it's harassment, also known as I don't fancy you. Yeah, sounds about right. Philip Mobile, with nobody more dedicated but to YouTube. Thank you, mate. Hey, Eddie, make Cambodia your next stop and you go back to traveling again in September. Well, I'm planning on going to Southeast Asia in maybe November. I think that's more realistic. But Cambodia, I'm gutted. I'm gutted that I missed out on Cambodia and Philippines. But don't forget, when I first went out to Thailand in January, it was really, really bad time, and I just didn't. I just wanted to avoid borders. It's not a time to be border hopping. And so I missed out on the Philippines and Cambodia, but hopefully next time. Taxis allow. Eddie, thanks for all the trip videos. Much appreciated. Thank you. Plenty more videos to come. Michael Snow, Steady Eddie, what a legend. Okay, thank you for that, mate. Thank you for that. And by the way, all of those people who I met on my travels, and I did meet a lot, especially Pattaya, I met some really, really, really great guys, and they all really acted like gentlemen. They were all really, really cool. There's always going to be one or two idiots, you know what I mean? You know, the law of averages says that 98% of the guys will be great, and it's going to be a couple of idiots out there somewhere. But it's a big thanks to all of those people who made me feel welcome. Who's that? YYC guy, Coco the Clown. Hilarious. We have the biggest clown here in Canada at the moment. Whatever, what's his name? Justin. Okay, a little bit of the political stuff. David Coleman, we have a real dictator in Canada. Is he really that bad? I don't know. Is he really that bad? I don't know. I've seen some not very favourable reports in recent time, but I don't know. I don't really follow the politics that much. Who's this? Michael Snow. Ed, would you say $1,200 per month is a good budget for living in Koh Phangan? 1,200. What is that? Is that about what is that about 900 UK pounds? I think that sounds very, very low there. Even Koh Phangan is not a particularly expensive island, but I would say that $1,200 per month. I don't think you're gonna have a great deal of, unless you're teetotal and you don't go with the women, or there's not that many, women available there. I mean, there all tends to be a lot of a younger crowd. I don't think you're going to have much fun on $1,200 a month there, mate. Stephen O'Connor, good morning to you from Cambodia, says Stephen. I really wish that I'd have been out in Cambodia, but it just wasn't realistic. It just wasn't realistic, I mean, but nice to hear from you anyway, Steve. I hope you have a great day. It's about 6:15 in Cambodia. So I'm sure you'll be going to work pretty soon. Good to hear from you. Luke Van Pruin. Good morning from Melbourne, Eddie. Did you catch up with Big Fat Bestie? I planned to, but he was arriving just before I was leaving. And because my flight was changed and everything, it just wasn't realistic for me to go to Bangkok. I would love to, but he's making videos out there. He's carrying on where I left off. He's making videos in Bangkok and Pattaya now. So good for them. Good for them anyway. Stephen O'Connor, morning there, just on the way to work. Good to see you got back safe and sound. So where next? Next, well, like what we discussed before, Europe has, we're in the month of May now, so Europe has the best climate. And I'm sure there's I've got a sneaky feeling that there's a couple of little lesser known European places which I'd like to visit. How about Romania? How about Albania? Somewhere like that. I'm sure there's some interesting stuff there, but we'll see how it goes. I seem to recall last year quite a few guys, and I think Mark Hughes, who was in the chat earlier, I think he's one of them. I think he went with. I think the word is that Albania is a place that's well worth visiting. It's a good value and whatever. We'll see what happens anyway. But right now, I'm just right now, I'm just glad to be back, and I know I'm still drinking beer, but not as much. So anyway, Steve, nice to hear from you, mate. Have a great day. Mark Beale, nice to see you looking so healthy. Okay, thanks for that, mate. Simon Eyes, sub to Steady Eddie Live. Good luck with it, mate. Thank you for that, Simon. We can make something of that. We can make something of that. It'll be, we can make something of it. Early days, yeah, but see what happens. Mark Oleg, everything in moderation. Yeah, absolutely, mate. Absolutely. You don't need to go over the top and everything. Like somebody said before, said before, just cut everything in half, and that's as good a start as any, really. Stephen Forex, I did a second super chat with a link to the May 1st change. Section 2 shows what I said there's no quarantine for unmasked, as long as PCR 72 hours prior. Okay, well, that's good to hear then. That is good to hear then. So Stephen says that no quarantine for unmaxed as long as PCR 72 hours prior. Okay, well, that's great to hear, then. Great to hear. David Coleman. Eddie, have you ever had a French-Canadian woman? I can't say that I have, mate. I'm sure there's very exotic combination. Taxis allow. I enjoyed the Siem Reap videos you did. Really enjoyed that place myself. Cheers. Why am I croaking so much? Why am I croaking? I'm going to have another glass of wine. We've got over 2 hours now. I know I'm feeling sounding a bit croaky, but I think it's just acclimatizing back to England again. I think what it is. I mean, from a tropical climate to a really, sort of nondescript one. Denis Stoichkov, Odessa, Ukraine would have been well worth visiting, but Putin's put a stop to that. Don't want to talk about the war. Don't want to talk about. I've actually been to Odessa. I was there about 6 years ago. I went to Kiev first of all, which a lovely city, but I thought it was I didn't really feel comfortable in a large city like that, really. But then I went to Odessa. And I thought Odessa was a really, really nice town. Very, very friendly people, very friendly people. And here's the irony. There's a place in Odessa there's a bar called the Blues Bar. And, it was then anyway. And they have some live music on there, which I like very much. And also they have a karaoke there. And a lot of the Ukrainian people, were really friendly. They were really friendly towards me. And I actually got up to do a karaoke. And the karaoke in the Blues Bar in Odessa went down really, really well. And they loved it. They gave me a big round of applause. And the irony is that karaoke was Barry Maguire's Eve of Destruction. Seems sort of, oh, well. Sort of ominous, like, you know what I mean? But anyway, I wish the wonderful people there, the best. I don't want to comment too much on it, but I do wish them the best. Paul Franken. I had a good evening with you in Trenched Bar, but you're at Susie Adams. Okay, thanks to it. I do remember you, Paul UK. Yeah, nice meeting you there. Anyway, Paul. Yeah, great place there. Let's go. Where do we get that? There's enough. Oh, sorry. Drink Miller's beers. It's only 100 calories per bottle or can, and 5%. Is it nice, Miller's, though? Is it nice, that one? I did go through a phase once when I was drinking Coors, COORS, and that was quite nice. It was all right, but after a while, it just becomes a little bit weak. You know what I mean? You want the real hard stuff. Sean the Prawn, Eddie, do you reckon the savings you made from heating bills covered your airfares? Probably not far off it. Terry. Thank you, Terry. Cheers to you. Okay, so listen, we're coming to the end of this now anyway. It's still 248 people in the chat. I've waffled on a bit. It's welcome back. I know this may not be the most inspired live stream, but like I say, I went away for 4 months anyway, so it was great having the company of you guys. Great for all. Real thanks to all those who watched the videos. Some were more successful than others. I'd be the first to admit that the 4 months that I had away was not perfect. It was not perfect. I would like to have gone to other places, but at least I managed to see a few places I'd never seen before. And it was wonderful making the videos, and having you guys along as well was absolutely brilliant. So big thanks to everyone who watched the videos. And there's still more to come. But like I say, if you subscribe to Steady Eddie Live, we'll get a through the night live stream here going. Anyway, so let's see, where are we now? Okay. Okay, McLaren F1. Love you, Eddie. Okay, thanks, mate. Cheers for that. Paul C. Good night, my friend. Good night, Paul. Mark Hollick, great live stream, Eddie. Good seeing you back. Cheers, Mark. Thank you. And thanks for your super chat. Anyway, really appreciate that, mate. Anyway, cheers. And let's see. Stephen Forex, think how easy it will be next time, though. I hope so, mate. You know, if the wind's in the right direction, I think we've all had enough of the anti-virus and all of that kind of stuff. Chris Wallace. I live in California, but the best American brew, in my opinion, is Shiner Botch, a local Texas beer. That's nice. That's well. That sounds lovely. Okay, Cats and Good Coffee. Good night, Hans. We love you long time. Thank you. That's what the ladies say. Simon Eyes. I watched everyone. I enjoyed them all. Looking forward to the next ones. Cheers, mate. Thanks for that, mate. Appreciate that. Listen, I'm going to... Okay. So anyway, I'm going to say good night. Thank you, guys. Okay. I'm back in the UK. There'll be more videos to come. We can do things. I know back here now, but there's still plenty more to talk about. And we can do a few more things, more live streams to come, more videos. But in the meantime, thanks for everything, everyone. Thanks for your company throughout my travels. I edited enough videos while I was out there, so I tried to get them out as often as I could. Not a perfect traveling experience, but it was pretty good, and I'm glad I'd done it anyway. And great to have your company. Cheers, guys, and I'll see you soon.